Most people thought Sophie Grant was just another invisible cleaner, but what they didn't know was that she was about to uncover a secret that would change everything, including her entire future. And it all started with one simple mistake. At 26, Sophie spent her nights cleaning the quiet halls of AsterCorp, a massive tech company led by one of the most powerful men in the city, Daniel Hale. She didn't mind the late hours, no drama, no crowds, just her mop, the hum of computers, and the rare sight of Daniel working late. To Sophie, Daniel Hale was untouchable, rich, smart, out of her league. He didn't even know she existed, or so she thought. One night, while dusting his office, Sophie accidentally knocked over a picture frame. When she picked it up, something slipped out. An old photograph. It showed a young woman holding a baby. The woman was Sophie's mother. The baby was Sophie herself. She stared at it, heart pounding. Why was this photo in Daniel Hale's office? From that moment, Sophie couldn't stop thinking about it. She remembered the way Daniel always smiled at her, the time he helped her lift a heavy trash bag, the night she found a chocolate bar left on her cart with a sticky note that said, "You deserve better than vending machine food." The way he sometimes watched her with a strange, almost painful look in his eyes. It wasn't just kindness, it was something more. A few nights later, Sophie found another clue. A file on Daniel's desk had her name on it. Inside were school records, scholarships she didn't even know someone had helped her get. At the bottom, a note in Daniel's handwriting said, "Monitor progress. Help if possible." That's when it hit her. Daniel Hale had been secretly watching over her life for years. Sophie couldn't hold it inside anymore. She went straight to his office and knocked. When Daniel saw her, he didn't look surprised. He just said, "Come in." Her voice shook as she asked, "Did you know my mother?" Daniel's face crumbled. He said, "Yes, I knew her." But then came the twist. When Sophie said, "Are you my father?" Daniel hesitated. And then he said no. Flat, cold. He claimed it wasn't possible. Sophie's heart shattered. Tears burned her eyes as she ran from his office, humiliated and angry. Had she imagined everything? Had she been foolish to hope? But Sophie didn't know. Daniel wasn't lying to be cruel. He was lying because he was scared. Scared he had already failed her once. Scared she would hate him forever if she knew the truth. A few days later, a letter arrived at Sophie's apartment. Not an email, not a text. A real letter in Daniel's shaky handwriting. It said, "I was wrong. I am your father. I just didn't know how to tell you without ruining your life. I'm so sorry. I'm here if you ever want to talk." Forgiveness didn't come easy. Sophie stayed away for weeks, heart torn between anger and sadness. But eventually, she went back. This time, when Daniel saw her, he didn't pretend. He didn't hide. He simply opened his arms and said, "If you'll let me, I'd like to try." Today, Sophie and Daniel are still learning how to be a family. It's messy, it's awkward, it's real. At a small ceremony, Daniel handed Sophie something he had kept for over 20 years. A bracelet her mother had once worn. It was simple, silver, worn from years of being held on to. When he placed it in her hand, he said quietly, "She would be so proud of you. I am too." Sophie didn't say anything. She didn't need to. For the first time in a long time, she knew she wasn't alone anymore. Because sometimes family isn't about blood. It's about who shows up, who stays, who fights for you even after all the mistakes. And sometimes, the people we spend our whole lives searching for have been right there all along. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a new story.